So I never really made a video once the Cleveland Guardians lost against the Yankees in the ALCS, but it truly was an amazing season. It was one that Cleveland will never forget, but the fans want a World Series. It's been way too long. But I want to break the good news that the upcoming season may be even better than the last. If everyone can stay healthy, the Guardians legitimately may have all the pieces in place to compete against the big dogs. But that's a big if, because we already found out that David Fry is done, and that is a big blow. So over the offseason, the Dolans are going to have to do something they never do. They're going to have to sign somebody that can fill his role. And they are also going to have to sign Shane Bieber. But I actually think because of his Tommy John surgery, that they will be able to bring him back on a more team-friendly deal. He's still going to be expensive. You have to pay the price for good players, but I think he is somebody that is worth bringing back to really complete the rotation. I don't know what's up with Triston Mckenzie. I wanted him to get surgery, but since he didn't and continued to pitch, he may be done. But even if Dr Stix isn't in the bigs, I still think with a healthy Bieber, the starting rotation will be complete enough to win it all. Because that's literally all the team was missing last season was an ace. I feel like they would have had a much better shot against the Yankees having an actual ace out there on the field. But bringing Shane Bieber back isn't the only reason why I'm so excited about the 2025 Guardians. I think both Kyle Manzardo and Rocchio are going to have breakout seasons, and we may at some point see Travis Bazzana in the bigs. And he is being compared to Bryce Harper. If the guards can rock a middle infield of Gimenez and Rocchio, and then you throw in Bazzana every now and then, this team is deep. And Steven Vogt just has a way of getting everyone at bats to stay in a rhythm. Who knows, he may even try to get him in the outfield, because at the end of the day, talent is talent, and talent has to find a way on the field, no matter how or what way it happens. But yeah, I have so much to cover in this video, from recapping what was the 2024 season to my off-season wish list, and what the expectations are for the upcoming season. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so the guards already did make their first move of the offseason by signing Austin Hedges. Baseball-wise, this move really doesn't do anything, but he is the heart and soul of the locker room. Simple as that. So bringing him back was a must-do. In terms of Shane Bieber, the guards really do need to get a deal done. I think he is going to bounce back from that surgery back to Cy Young form. That is just what Cleveland pitchers do. It was devastating when it was announced that he was done for the year because the guards really started out the gate hot. But even when he went down, the guards just weren't fazed. Guys stepped up in his role, and even when the starting rotation struggled, the offense just went bananas and won games even when the scores were 8-6 or 9-7. Outside of Bieber, there are a lot of pitchers available in free agency this offseason. We know better than to expect the Dolans to spend a lot of money, but I mean, it is time to go all in. This is the opportunity. Obviously, no All-Star will be signed, but even just another Tanner Bibee type of guy would really put this team over the top. Pitchers that are available include Corbin Burns, Blake Snell, Max Fried, and Jack Flaherty. Will Cleveland get one of these guys? Probably not, but it would sure be nice. In terms of the mid-tier pitchers that are available, you got Yusei Kikuchi, Nick Martinez, Walker Buehler, Luis Severino, and a couple other guys like that. Those are probably more of the realistic options for what the Dolans are willing to spend, so let me know in the comments below what pitcher outside of Bieber you would really like to add to the rotation. Now moving on to the position players, the outfield now shockingly is pretty much covered. It would be nice to add another guy who can come in and switch between right field and center, but I do like the future of the outfield, and really most of the infield is locked up as well, with Bazzana up and coming. I don't know what the Naylor brothers' futures are. I love them and how they represent this city, but I would not mind at all having Kyle Manzardo as the first baseman of the future. I just think he has a much higher upside because at the plate he does so much more than just hit home runs. He can actually put up competent at-bats and move runners in situations where they need to be moved. And I don't think he will have a month-long cold streak where he can't make contact with the baseball. But honestly, I would not mind having both him and Naylor around as long as they can go back and forth DHing. Gimenez at second base is interesting. At first I liked having him move to shortstop, but I think Rocchio really made a statement and showed that big moments don't faze him in the postseason. Obviously he still has a long way to go, he still has to clean up the boneheaded errors, but I do think he has a big part in the future of this team. But it will be interesting to see what happens with the three guys the Guardians now have in Rocchio, Gimenez, and Bazzana, and how they manage that. But one thing is for certain, this team is going to be good for as long as they have Jose Ramirez. Even during slumps, his presence alone leads this team, and it's the way he leads. He leads by example, he's always hustling, he never causes problems, he shows up every day, and the young guys look up to him. And speaking of young players, it's crazy to say, but Steven Kwan is no longer that young, inexperienced player that he once was. He's been through the playoffs twice, he won all the awards, he's a bona fide star. And this is the season I expect him to really become a full-on superstar. That massive slump he had for 2 months was the reason he wasn't a 350 hitter. This is the season I think he will dominate every category, both offensively and defensively. And then next to him in center, Lane Thomas. I do hope the guards can get him locked up for the next few years, because once he adjusted and found his footing in Cleveland, he provided some legendary moments. And we saw just how solid of a player he really is. And I love his speed on the base pass. I love having him next to Jose. It causes nightmares for opposing defenses. And then Gimenez Noel, he is going to provide great value. His contract is literally under $1 million. Only time will tell if he can repeat the season he just had. Hopefully he doesn't repeat the Oscar Gonzalez situation, but I think he can be a solid 25 home run a season type of guy. And from that throw he made in the playoffs to second base, we saw that he can be a competent right fielder. So having him around, if he can be consistent, will be huge for what the ceiling of the Guardians can be in 2025. Anyway, Steven Vogt really had about as good of a first year you can have as a manager. But now it's going to be season number 2. There's no reason why he wouldn't be able to replicate that success, but we really will get to see what he's made of. Because having success one season doesn't automatically mean a team will be on a roll the next year. That's just not how baseball works. And we see it year in and year out. But I have complete faith in his ability to take this team to a new height. I feel like I pretty much covered everyone. The front office just always has guys they can plug in from the farm whenever there is holes. And that is why Cleveland has seen so much continued success over the last decade as a small market team. The scouting team is pretty incredible. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens this offseason, but there is no reason to not believe in this front office and the decisions they make. But let me know what you would like to see happen in the comments below. That's all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed it and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.
That's a long season. And every decision you make, learn as much as you can from it. Good, bad, indifferent.
With Tanner, just from where this year started to where he is now, just what maybe the biggest thing of growth that you saw from him this year?
Just the consistency at which he competed. You know, Tanner early in the year, like we talked about, had some struggles for the first time probably in his life, and did it at the big league level, coming off of, you know, second place, rookie of the year. And he took it in stride and kept getting better as the year went on. And every time Tanner took the ball, we felt good about it. And he said to me before the season even started, he wants to be number one. And he is.
Foster. Steve, what did you say to the players after the game?
How proud I am. Remember this feeling. Remember this feeling you have right now, because there's more left on the table for this group. We know we can accomplish more.